Linda was riding in the Metro Park. She's going downhill on her bike. She has like a walkie-talkie in one hand and her hand on the handlebar and the brake, and she hit the brake, and unfortunately that was the front wheel, and she catapulted over, landed, as she remembers it, 3 times on her chin, and her neck just kept whipping back. Broke some teeth, messed up the jaw, the neck through the shoulder, nerve damage, so she was, basically all she had was elbow to the hand of being able to maneuver. This was all hiked up. And so she had gone to neurosurgeons and orthopedic doctors, and then she went to Dr. Nemeh, and she'll explain everybody she went through here.
Okay. After seeing those doctors, I also saw chiropractors. I'm a physical therapist myself. I went to massotherapy. Nothing was helping. At my final visit with the neurologist, he said, well, this is a movement disorder. I'm not quite sure where else we can go with this. Sometimes we'll do an implant in the brain that will help with controlling movement, but it seems drastic since you still have function in the arm. And I said, yeah, there's no way I want that. And he said, well, I'm sorry, there's not much else. Keep doing your exercises, and if you want, you can come back and we'll document change or no change, but that's about all they could offer me. At that point, I was pretty devastated. I came home and I was crying to I have a twin sister. I said, Laura, I'm going to be like this always. There's nobody that can help me. I've been to everybody, the best of the best. And she said, Linda, you can't be upset. There's a reason and a purpose. We have to put it in God's hands. And I did. At that time, it gave me some peace, but it was still difficult because I wasn't functioning the way I needed to function for work and for my enjoyment and leisure. Within about a week and a half, one of my sister's coworkers mentioned that she had been to Dr. Nemeh, and she went there for her back and said that it really helped her out a lot and I should schedule an appointment. And I thought at that point, I have nothing to lose. How can I not go? When I went into the doctor's office, I knew things were going to be okay. As I sat down in the examination chair, a peace just overcame me. And at one point, when I was sitting there in the chair, my arm started to raise up. I wasn't raising my arm up. Nobody was touching my arm. I could tell that it was being stretched higher and higher, but obviously it wasn't me touching it or anybody else. And Dr. Nemeh said to me, do you believe in angels? And I said, I do. And he said, they're raising your arm up right now. You're being healed. In that one session, what 2 neurologists, 2 orthopedic doctors, physical therapy, massotherapy, chiropractic care, the best of the best, nobody could help me and said I had to live with, God healed me in one visit. From that day on, it just reminded me so much. For everything, there's a reason and a purpose. We have to put it in God's hands. To us, it might not make sense, but it's sure given me a lot more empathy for my patients. It's helped me to realize what they're going through, what their frustrations are, and it's deepened my relationship with God as well. It's brought me to realize God can achieve all things if we just give Him our time and our belief.
Linda Seber says that you mentioned an angel moving her shoulder and her arm. What were you seeing?
I was seeing the angel lifting her arm.
Not an unusual experience for you.
That's the usual life.
That is the usual.
I'm lacking a lot not to be put in a place where people would think, oh, this guy is perfect. I'm not. I'm so far away from perfection. I need a lot of work to do on myself.
You live in a world where you see angels and saints and Mary and Jesus, and so many people envy that and they want that. What do you say to people who say, I want to be able to do that too?
Yeah, this type of a question has been surfacing throughout my life, dealing even with the religious, the ones that offered their whole life to God, asked the same type of a question. How come we offered our life so totally and we haven't been able to have any experience like this? To tell you the truth, the answer was always the same. Nobody should envy me where I am, because blessed are those who see without, who believe without seeing. And this, what the Lord said, has a great meaning, because there's a great grace that falls upon us just through believing without seeing. for once you start physically experiencing God, then to tell you the truth, it feels like you are deprived of that grace. So it's not a place to be envied for, really.